Pleasure of introducing our guest speaker, Diane. She is a resident of Cassadaga and has been a medium, intuitive counselor, and teacher for over 40 years. Her workshops and readings are filled with humor, insight. She's checking out what I have to say about her, and understanding of mind and thought. Her talks are always inspiring and insightful. It is my pleasure to welcome Reverend Diane Davis to the podium. There you go. Happy. Everyone.
Okay, I'm not supposed to get rowdy up here. Just saying. More than likely, I will not be up here again until after the first of the year. I was informed that the other day at breakfast. And that's not a crisis for any of you necessarily, because we have a lot of different people that speak in our church. And so we're not dependent upon only one person all the time. So saying that, I just want you to know that anything I present today is not part of the management. Because my talk today, you ready for this one? It is, do you know how to spell happy? Yeah, okay, fine. Well, that's it, to tell you the truth, because every so often I work with those letters in a talk. And the reason I chose it today is because Halloween for me now, and for a lot of us, is chainsaws, blood, and ghosts. And I remember it as a little person going from house to house or place to place and being excited because you didn't know what the goodies were that they were going to give you. But now it reminds me of Christmas with gift cards. So Halloween, to me, the phrase that starts with it is Happy Halloween. How are you happy with screaming and chainsaws? Just saying, it's a little bit of it. Anyway, but then there's Happy New Year, and then there's Happy Valentine's Day, Happy Easter, so there's lots of happies out there. And if you learn how to spell it within yourself, these times that we're in are incredibly difficult, and I mean that. As a counselor, medium, and teacher for a long time, it is that people are looking for moments where they can feel some levity, or they can feel some encouragement, or they can feel that whatever these changes are that we're all experiencing in one way, shape, or form, is that there is something productive. When I went to church as a little girl, the one thing that I always, and I'm not real religiously oriented, is that the one thing that I always thought that people should come away with was a sense that they could tackle the day and that they were connected to that wonderful infinite, whatever you believe. And the wonderful part of spiritualism is the fact that over the years, we've had rabbis, we've had priests, we've had Native Americans, we've had Buddhists, and we've had them up here and talking because of the fact that we embrace the infinite and we embrace what the infinite provides. Now, that doesn't mean to me that it's a personal thing, but happy is, to me, not what we're seeking, because within you is a wonderful, already joyful spirit-soul connection. And the triggers for it can be multiple. But when times get rough, difficult, uncertain, questionable, then a lot of the time we stand back or we soak into ourselves and we're ready to project out here. We're projecting all the things that are wrong. We're projecting all the people that we can blame. The blame game is huge in our country, in our society, in humanity now. Everybody wants to find flaw and fault with somebody else. And I just say, go for it if you need it. But really? So H in happy is hope. Because faith is different than hope. Faith is that thing that says, I'm pretty sure, I believe it's going to get better. Hope is where you take an action and it allows you to feel that there's opportunity for you because you have taken an action. That energy of you, that soul, that spirit, that capability that has always been there since you were born and will be there until your last breath. You move with that. You do that every day. You do that with people you're talking with. You do that with how you're sharing you with life. So H is for hope, and A is for acceptance. The acceptance that things are the way they are. Does that mean you leave them the way they are? No. Does that mean you like them the way they are? No. And you know, the way that I compute this is because of my house. It was built in 1910. Right. It's an older structure. Being an older structure and being in a community where people came and stayed for a month out of the year or two, maybe. But so it wasn't to provide a home with insulated walls and sturdy flooring, and you sort of get the picture. Well, I have this older house. So I have to keep a sense of humor because of it. Yes, the walls aren't perfect. No, for those of you who do building of any kind, things aren't plumb. I love that word. Isn't that a fun word? Anyway, but things aren't square or solid or fixed. And yet, over the years, I've renovated this, I've added a new roof there, I did this, I did that, and it still requires multiple things. So any of you who are handy people, you can talk to me later. But the interesting thing is acceptance is the phrase, it is what it is. And you've heard that hundreds of times. It's promoted and shown and spoken in various philosophies and religions throughout the world. And it is what it is to me. It's not an ending of anything, it's a beginning of everything. So when you recognize in your life, because you've accepted that something currently just is, and it doesn't mean it won't change. It doesn't mean it can't change. It doesn't mean that you have to leave it alone, or it may mean that you leave it alone and go on to something better for you if there is that. The opportunity of acceptance is there. What I'm sharing with you in spelling happy are natural laws. We talk about them here in our community all the time, and how they influence all aspects of our lives, whether it's economy and our money, whether it's our home and families or close loved ones, or your primary relationship if you have that as well, because those sometimes need a little bit of adjustment. It's all those things of the isness. It's all those things that are what they are because they are yours. Do you have to complain about them? Well, you can. we will listen maybe this much and then not. But what you can do is you can absorb it to say, okay, it is what it is, so now what do I do? And the next letter in happy is participation, P. And the wonderful thing is I can be up here and I can go right into something of my past. I can start to swing right into it because it's a part of me, just as your past is a big part of who you are. Is it something you should cling to? Well, it's nice because it's your accomplishments, your capability, your insights, your experiences. But you know what's even better for your participation? To start moving toward that future that you have. All of you are here and breathing. There's some of you I'm not too sure about, but we're all breathing at this time, which means we have more life. We have more to accomplish, more to do, more to enjoy. And participation is wonderful because it's the first P in the word happy. And it's to allow yourself to recognize there's so many things that you can do because you're obligated or you feel you have to. Some of you may even be here today to listen to me and you don't really want to be here listening to me. Just don't tell me about that. But you feel obligated for one reason or the other. You do that with your families. You do that with expectation because we're coming right into holidays. How many of you, no, I don't really want to know the answer to this, so it's rhetorical, please leave it alone. How many of you have already purchased Christmas gifts? I haven't a clue. I think I'm going to go to Boise. Camp out. Just kidding. Just to leave town and pretend that there's something else to do. Participation can create passion, and all of you have it. Not just the physical, sexual passion that people talk about, but the passion of being. You can watch several of us have a passion for what we do. We have a passion for what we say and who we are. You have that as well in you when you believe in something, and you have even more than a belief system, you have a knowing. That's what your hope does. That's what your acceptance leads to. And the wonderful thing about your participation is, if you are doing something in your life where there's a sense of obligation for you at this time, twist it just a little bit in your thinking and feeling process to recognize you don't have to do it. You get to do it. There's a whole different emotional response in that. It's like cooking the turkey for Thanksgiving. It's like, I can't tell you all of those obligational things that we place upon ourselves because of society. And so there's a part of me that always encourages people, go to racetrack or Wawa and get a hot dog. Just saying. Make the turkey when you want to make the turkey because you're making the turkey because you're having a good time with the turkey. And not because of the obligation, because you know what the obligation runs into? 4 loads in the dishwasher and more. And you know what is really special? Is in that whole process, it can be magical as well because of the people that are there. So your passion for anything has a lot to do with the participation. If you like your job, great. If you don't like your job, shift again. with your obligation to do it, but with its purpose, because you have purpose for everything. So we've got HAPP, and the Y in happy is you. You. And you is pretty special. And you is pretty wonderful. And you, all of you, have wonderful accomplishments. They may not appear to be big ones to others, but they're wonderful, masterful things for you. The first time I actually cooked something, I'm not going to go into that story because it's boring for several people who have heard it for years, but I cooked soap. I did. I melted soap. Yeah, I did. And then I poured it down the toilet. And you know what soap does when it starts to get cooler? Okay, well, there's that story. But all of you have accomplished a huge amount in your life. The why in happy is you. Happy isn't it's like a lot of people say, I just want to be happy. And I go, yeah, well, okay, fine, that's fine. But what it is to me, it's like setting your spirit free to be joyful. And so you watched me up here. I used to perform years and years ago. And it changed for me. 40-something years ago, a lot happened, and I didn't perform anymore. When I get up here in our wonderful auditorium, which it has always been, and it's now called the Colby Memorial Temple, when I get up here, I start to activate all that. It's like a little part of me goes, oh boy. And so I move from singing in the shower. I know none of you do that either, right? But I move from that into being right here, right now, because I am delighted you're here today. I really am. Because the delight in me is the fact that you all give me a reason to do what I love best, and that's being here, and being up here and talking. And yes, the past plays an incredible significance to any of our lives, but the future, we don't know what it's going to fully present for any of us. You can have plans to go on this trip or do that. You can have plans, but we don't know. And I have a wonderful quote in my bathroom. The woman by the back door, Alessandra, saw this, 2 years ago? And it's, happy comes because nothing's perfect. And that's the truth. There's always change, there's always growth, there's always opportunity, and there's always more. The spirit of you wants to create, and it wants to create all the time, because it propels that very soul of you that is that creative essence of you that only knows boredom and joy, and what are you going to focus into? So our lives can feel boring from time to time, or our lives can feel full of joy even if we don't know why. There's a man in the back that maybe you can invite over for that turkey dinner, and then he'll be joy in your house. But those of us who know joy know that I'm making a joke. Those of you who haven't a clue why I just said that, well, you can meet him on your way out. Happy comes because nothing's perfect. Happy comes because of all the hope that you have, and it does have meaning. And if you haven't taken action, even a tiny one, towards something that you're wishing for, wanting, planning, doing, a little step. Being here today is acceptance of what is. And that is incredibly significant, because then you may be paying attention to the people closest to you with new eyes. And those eyes may be a little more open to their personalities, their attitudes, their opinions, their choices. You don't have to throw yours on everybody to make everybody agree with you. All you have to do is agree with yourself and stand for it. And the wonderful part about being happy is we've got these holidays coming up. And what I want to tell you is one more thing, and that is that the spirit of us works best at play. Some people in this room have heard me say this for so many years that they'll go, oh, here she goes. But what I can tell you is this. Almost everybody in this room is going to leave here with a little bit more joy and a little bit more alkalinity in the very cells of your body. Because for just a moment, whether it was singing a song, watching somebody, playing a tambourine, it doesn't matter. But those moments are those healing moments. And those moments are the time that you can have a new inspiration, a new idea, and a new understanding. Those moments can be when you see something from a little different perspective. And the one thing that I want to encourage you is to recognize you have no idea what's going on within other people, and I don't care how well you think you know them. So be very gentle with projecting on everybody that they think this way or they're doing that or they should. Because I want to tell you one other thing. Happy comes because nothing's perfect. And the one thing you don't know about me is that right now, my left foot is hurting in my shoe. But you don't know that, do you? And you don't know that about everybody sitting by you, and you don't know all that about all those people out there, and you don't know all those people at the grocery store and all those, and we don't know what they are experiencing, what they are thinking, what they are feeling. But it's okay, because I don't expect you to heal it or help it. My shoe's too tight. It's okay. It's a Skechers. Happy. Hope. What's A? Acceptance. What's P? Participation. What's the other P? Passion. And then the Y? No, it's you. Thanks for being here.